Greetings, everyone. This is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. And I'm back at your ass with this summation that you have all been waiting for. This is the last, final, complete portion of the deep dive into the hidden symbology, political ideology, secrets, mythology of the movie Suicide Squad. So I took a minute off. I did 2 in a row last week. You should rewatch those. If you're tuning in for the first time, you should definitely go back and rewatch those. But anyway, so last week I had embarked on this journey to decode and demystify. Greetings, Frank. To decode the movie Suicide Squad. Housekeeping. If you're tuning in from greetings, Carlotta. If you're tuning in from Facebook or Twitch, do me a favor and go to your YouTube channel and watch this live just so I can get my watch hours up. Also, while we're here, and if you're tuning in from Instagram, do the same. Please watch from my YouTube channel. Also, copy and paste, or I don't know, share this as it's happening now. That'd be dope. Share with others. But let's get it cracking. And ask questions or whatever. Don't just listen to me talk. Because I dropped a lot on y'all last week. If y'all got questions, hit me with them. Okay, let's get started. So, let me tell you, I rewatched the movie. I was gonna just watch the last 10 minutes and take my little notes. But I was like, you know what? Something always coming through. Let me just go ahead and rewatch the whole movie. See if anything else comes through. Take my little notes. So, we're gonna do a slight little backtrack, because there are a lot of quotes and a lot of other things that came through that I missed. You understand? And that go into or speak to the perspective that I've been coming from in the first 2 episodes, if you will, of me doing the show. Now, one of those recurring themes is deadshot as like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They aren't even subtle about the reference. Jesus being a complete knockoff of the Orisha Eshu, a Legba, right? In the beginning, you see he has, this dude is an assassin who don't miss. And you see across his neck, I am the way and the light. You understand? There's several little things that kind of prop up this link that the author is making between Eshu and Jesus. Okay, so how did I miss it? In the very first scene when they're introducing Deadshot, he's locked up. Now they didn't call him. He's locked up, and the little redneck dude that is the prison guard is bringing his food, right? And it's gross or whatever, and they having this little tit for tat. And in the tit for tat, the dude says something to offend Deadshot, and Deadshot was like, "Yo, come a little closer. I want to tell you something. I want to tell you a secret." The quote was, "One of these days, somehow, some way, I'm gonna get out of here, and when I do, I am going to rain down on you like the Holy Ghost." I said, "Oh shit. Oh my God." Okay. It's like that kind of little shit over and over and over again. So the next scene, something similar that I missed the first time. Now, I told you Deadshot is being likened to Jesus in this shit. And Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis, is the devil. You understand? So when they are getting ready to introduce Viola Davis's character, Amanda, how did I miss this and I've seen this movie 100 times? They so after you have, you know, gone through the little shit with Floyd, who is Deadshot, the next scene, the music that is playing in the very next scene, right before they are introducing Amanda's character, is Sympathy with the Devil. I'm telling y'all, listen, everything is so purposeful. Every name, the color placing, the song place, it was like that through the whole movie. I could do a whole thing just on the song choices for the movie and what those song choices were. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know, when a song comes before, you know, like a theme change or like something significant is about to happen, a specific song will play. I can't even remember, but whatever. I could do a whole video just on the song choices for this freaking movie. So next scene, you're about to meet the devil, and the song that is playing is Sympathy with the Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. I was like, look at this shit right here. So anyway, it's like little stuff like that. When they are introducing Harley Quinn, she's in jail, right? She's done, you know, did this little acrobatic thing with the prison cloths or whatever. She's suspended from the cell, and they're having their little tit for tat with the same prison guard. And you know, over and over and over in this movie, throughout the movie, there is a lot of name calling, but the name calling is always levied towards the women. Amanda, Harley Quinn, the Enchantress, through the whole movie. And the thing is like their level of diabolicalness, if you will, is on par with the men, but there's no reduction of the men at all. There's no reduction. There's no, like, every time, like with Harley Quinn, over and over and over again, she is crazy bitch. She is crazy. Oh my God, you're so sexy, but you're crazy. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. And on the outside, you're awesome, but on the inside, you're ugly. This is coming from Boomerang, who literally wins people to the click, wins people to execute shit. You feel me? Like, they knock over banks. That's his bag. He is constantly recruiting motherfuckers to help him knock over banks. And his claim to fame is that whenever they are successful in knocking over a bank, this motherfucker goes and kills everybody in the crew so he can have the whole take. But he gonna talk to Harley Quinn, who up until this point ain't killed nobody. You're ugly on the inside. You're sexy on the outside, but you're ugly on the inside. What else did he say? He said, why is it every time you open your fucking mouth, it's a sword fight? Like, all the women, you're evil. These men are like in their feelings every time they talk about, oh, this diabolical bitch. When they talk about Amanda, every time you turn around, I was like, damn, I never noticed this before. There's no name calling among the men. And they're all diabolical. Deadshot is an assassin. And here he is being put forward as the unlikely hero of the bunch. He is the default leader of the crew. He is, you know, he is a killer with a conscience because he loves his little girl. You understand? I was like, this shit is psychotic. Okay. It's psychotic. But what it does is reiterate this notion that crimes committed by men for the greater good are excusable. Crimes committed by women, regardless of the reason, are just an example of their emotionally disturbed inherent nature. It is a because Amanda, even as they name calling Amanda, Amanda, baby, is a patriot. Okay? Amanda is like, look, whatever we got to do to protect America, I'm with it. I'm about that. Look, I'll take the fall. I'll take the heat. The government don't even have to be responsible. No ties to the government. Just let me execute what I need to execute. I'll ghost everybody off the street I need to. You understand? I'll bury bitches if I need to. Like, give me the task. I'm going to protect America. That's what I'm going to do. Here she is, a super patriot. And she is not exempt. She is not exempt from the name calling, from the reduction of brilliance and shit. She ain't exempt. Even as she's a super patriot, she's more patriotic than anybody in the room. She in a room full of military, secret intelligence agents, and a room full of men. She's able to execute with the enchantress in a moment, in a literal moment, what they had not been able to do for years. They admit it. Damn, we've been after this shit for years. Enchantress, she tells Enchantress, go get what I need you to get. And Enchantress disappears and comes back with these secret documents from some, arch enemy of the United States or whatever. And there you go. 2 women in the room that accomplished what a room full of men couldn't accomplish in an instant. And they still just women. Just women. That shit was at like low level, just below the surface, insidious, nasty, foul. It was like this very thin veil of patriarchy just tossed over the whole fucking movie. So, because I told you in day 1, when we started this process, the bad guys, the most diabolical of all the bad guys in the movie, because this movie, there are no heroes. In this movie, the movie is about levels of bad guys. Remember what I was telling you from day 1 about the dichotomy, the duplicity of red and blue, the dichotomy of the red and blue, right? Being in partnership with each other, working on the same team, but creating like these false oppositions. You understand? And so here you got the bad guys who are self-motivated bad guys, the Suicide Squad. You've got the bad guys who work for the United States government. You've got the bad guy who is the Enchantress because she's more powerful than everybody. And then you've got the hand behind them all, which is the United States government that I likened to the Olympians last week, right? So all it is layers. Just layers. What did we talk about? The lesser of two evils narrative that we even got hogtied to in this opposition between red and blue every 4 years. I'm just trying to tell you this is what it is. We are constantly being this idea in our minds of this illusion of choice, choosing lesser of two evils, all of that shit. You feel me? Because to choose lesser of two to choose the lesser of two evils is to presuppose that you cannot change the evil altogether. It is to presuppose that you have no options outside of evil. You understand? When you get so hogtied by an ideology of choosing the lesser of two evils, you cannot free up enough space to imagine a world without evil. Without either of the evils. Oh, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Anyway. But I'm just telling you, these movies are highly political. They are highly politically affirming. And just because you do not see what I'm telling you to look for in these movies does not mean that it is not there and that it is not forming behavior in your subconscious. Okay? Anyway. So, there was something else. So, when the movie is coming on, before, like, so you know when a movie comes on, it'll have like a little pre thing, like a little pre montage or whatever, and then you know the banner with the name of the movie will come on, like boom, right? So in this precursor, if you will, of the movie is the introduction of 3 characters. That is Deadshot, Floyd, Will Smith's character. That is Amanda Waller, Viola Davis's character, and that is Harleyquinn. Those are the first 3 characters that you are introduced to before you see on the billboard, big, you know, Suicide Squad, right? So I was thinking about it. I was like, why them 3? Right? And I was like, are they supposed to be like this malignant trinity? Because, okay, Floyd / Deadshot, we done already established, is the Christ figure, the unlikely hero in this movie. He who takes lives, but is the way and the light, right? Amanda Waller, who we have established in this movie, is both God and the devil. We established that early on. They don't even quiet and subtle about her being both God and the devil, right? And then we also established that Harleyquinn is the physical personification of the duality or the dichotomy of the red and the blue. I mean, it's there in her whole personification. Her red and blue hair, pink, but pink is red. Her red and blue hair, her red and blue outfits, the wording on her clothes, everything, right? And so, so you've got this kind of like malignant trinity in the 3 because they are the ones in this movie that take up the most space in terms of the Suicide Squad itself. And then the arch enemy in this scenario is the Enchantress, right? Now, so I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, damn, this is like some quote unholy trinity or something. They're obviously playing on it because they introduce Amanda as the devil. All right. Now, Suicide Squad comes on, and I didn't talk about Joker in my breakdown of the characters in the first day, but I think it is important that I gently talk about Joker's character because something struck me. It may not make sense to you all, and it's something I'm going to dig in a little deeper for myself, but I'm telling you, let me tell you. So the Joker is always seen with what? A smile, even if it's fake, right? He's got the smile tattooed on his hand. He's got the fake smile with the little red lipstick, right? He's always pictured, y'all ain't fucking with me. He's always pictured with a fake smile. Okay. I'm just trying to tell y'all, we got to get in this mythology, baby. Because there's so many secrets up in here. Okay, so Joker is always seen with a fake smile. Where's that other piece of paper at? Let me tell y'all. I heard once that the evidence that a person is a genius is how they keep their office space. Like, I must be the motherfucking Black Einstein. I must be the Black Einstein in this bitch, okay? Because, I try so hard. My Virgo self tries so hard to keep, like, some semblance of organization in my office space, but this shit is madness. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. So this is about Joker. My brief introduction. Okay, so he's always seen wearing a fake smile. There's a scene in the movie where he is very, very sad because his boo is in prison. Not only is his boo is in prison, his homeboy, his right-hand man, comes in and is like, look, it's not just her. Like, they ghosting everybody off the street. They putting them in these secret jails and shit. Like, what you want to do? And so he's like, we gonna go get my boo, right? But he's laying on the floor, surrounded by machine guns and shit. You look against the wall and you see ha 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 ha, ha written all over the wall. Ha ha ha. Fake laughs, fake smiles, whatever, right? Walk with me, okay? So the other thing is he always has green hair. His hair is green. In every movie, all Joker's hair is green. Fake laughs, fake smiles, even when he's angry, even when he's killing, even when he's outraged. He was in a psychological hospital, you feel me? And he's got the green hair. Walk with me. Chinese medicine, y'all know it's always going to be my frame of reference, right? So in Chinese medicine, first of all, I told y'all that in Chinese medicine, the heart is the center. In Ayurveda or in Hinduism, the heart is the center. In Hinduism or Ayurveda, the heart's color is green. In Chinese medicine, the heart's color is red. The heart in Chinese medicine is called the emperor. And the emperor governs the mind. The heart, or the shin, governs. The shin is the spirit of the heart. So each organ has its own spirit. Okay. So in Chinese medicine, the emperor or the shin governs the mind. So two things about this relationship between the heart and the mind. One, the heart, the quality of the mind is directly determined by the health of the heart. So the mind, if it is not calm, if it's not centered, you can't get a good night's rest. So when you have insomnia or you have difficulty falling asleep because your mind's too busy, right? Then we say it is the heart failing to house the shin, right? So the spirit of the heart that's called the shin is more about its connection to the mind. The heart or the shin failing to house the mind, or the heart failing to house the shin, right? You can't get calm enough in your brain at night to get a deep and restful sleep, right? This is the diagnosis, okay? The other aspect of the heart that is important for this conversation is any psychological disorder is attributed to some condition of the heart, whether it's the physical heart, the spiritual aspect of the heart, the emotional aspect of the heart. Something is happening to the heart that contributes to all psychological disorders, schizophrenia, psychoses, sociopathy, depression, bipolar depression, manic depression, any issue that is a diagnosable psychological condition is a condition of the heart. Now, this is the coup d'etat, y'all, okay? The condition of the heart that controls our, our psychological, psycho-emotional function, right? When they talk about the emotions of the different organs, right? They're talking about like the negative emotions that are attributed to each organ. The negative emotion attributed to the heart is joy. Now, back in the old days when when Chinese medicine was being developed and formed, this is a 6,000-year process. The joy that they were talking about as a negative emotion or a negative expression of an ill heart is crazy joy. You know how you'll see some crazy people and they'll be like, their eyes will be bugged open and shifting side to side, and they'll be like, ah, ah, ah. Like that's what they call joy. That kind of like they ain't quite right in the mind joy. Laughter. You understand? Okay. So I'm like, I'm watching this the other day because I'm not even thinking about Chinese medicine where the Joker is concerned, right? He is the quintessential expression of some kind of heart condition that is causing psychological, sociopathy, if you will. Like he's crazy. He's in a mental hospital when we meet him in this movie. He's in a mental institution. He is constantly fake laughing, right? He's sad. He's grieving because his boo is locked up. But there's ha 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 everywhere, right? He's about to murder Common. He had already made the plan. You see it in his shifty ass eyes, But he's fake smiling. He puts his hand up with his little smile on tattooed on his hand because he's like, you about to get it and you won't even know. You feel me? So he's plotting devious shit with his little, and then the green was the top of the icing on the cake because the heart, now in Chinese medicine, the heart's color is red. However, the organ that most frequently negatively impacts the heart is the liver, which is green. And the liver is always, the emotions of the liver is always rage, resentment, frustration, anger, right? Rage, anger, right? Resentment, frustration, depression, right? Envy, green with envy, right? And so here, the Joker is the walking personification of a heart chakra, if you will, or a heart, heart as an organ, dysfunctional, and how it presents itself in the peak of dysfunction psycho-emotionally. That's deep. I know it's deep, but I'm just telling you, everything is purposeful. I am of the convincing that, or I am convinced, let me put it that way, that the reason that the Incredible Hulk is green is based in Chinese medicine. Anger, rage. He's a calm dude. He's a cool dude until you piss him off. And all of a sudden, he gets big and he gets green and you can see the steam coming out of his ear. That's quintessential liver shit. Liver yang rising, liver fire blazing. That's the Hulk, right? Now, you have me tell it. That's what it is. Anyway, so I figured I would make that little that little connection there. Yeah. So anyway, that was all I was gonna say about. I think that's all I had to say about Joker. Okay, so I know that was probably a little deep for y'all, but it's out there now. Anyway, okay, so also there are very subtle. I didn't even notice them, but there are very subtle nods at Freemasonry in this movie. So remember I was telling you guys about Amanda's dinner with one of the representatives for the government, and she's trying to convince him to let her do this project to create the Suicide Squad out of these metahumans. She walks through the doors that she walks through. So I made a big deal about the cicada bug being on the building. The name of the restaurant was the Cicada, but what I completely missed is that the doors, the design of the doors is stereotypical nod at buildings or secret halls that house Freemason activity. These doors, when you see them, you'll be like, oh shit, yeah. And it completely missed me the first few times. So there's several little nods at Freemasonry in this movie. So I wanted to make note of that, because when you rewatch the movie after having watched my whole breakdown and you start seeing all this shit, you're gonna be like, damn, right? So anyway, so she's having dinner with this dude, right? And then he's like, look, I don't know, this is sketch. You're talking about taking some of the most dangerous people in the world with these extraordinary abilities to do our bidding, to work for the government. And he was like, what makes you think that you can control them? And this girl says, because getting people to act against their own self-interests for the national security of the United States is what I do for a living. Y'all ain't heard. Y'all ain't heard. Okay? She said, this is what I do for a living, is getting people to act against their own self-interest. Listen to me. Okay? When we move forward into the movie, I was talking to y'all about it last week. When we move forward into the movie, and now mind you, they ain't been together but a day. I'm talking about the Suicide Squad. These dudes been kicking it for one day. They meet in a courtyard, chained up with a little chip in their neck, threatening to blow their brains out. You feel me? If they color outside the lines in any way, right? They meet in the parking lot, get on a plane to go execute a mission against some goblins that the goddess done created. You feel me? They ain't even known each other whole 24 hours. They ain't known each other a whole 24 hours. Okay? These are the worst of the worst. Boomerang is notorious for ghosting his homies. Like, who in the shit done made it to where this is some dude that we can rely on to execute anything? He was the one that got what's his name? What's the oh man, where is he? What's the boy name? The native brother. What's his name? Y'all, Charlie ain't had but a 2-minute role in the whole movie before they killed his ass. What's his name? Slipknot. You understand? Boomerang was the one that got Slipknot killed. Because he was trying to see. He wasn't trying to escape. He was trying to see, is it serious? This thing, is this a real threat that they done did? They done put this chip in our neck. And so he uses Slipknot as the guinea pig to test whether or not it's safe for him to run. Child. So this dude is insidious, nasty, foul, you feel me? Like he is, they say he is the personification of the saying, there's no honor among thieves, right? So, you go forward in this movie. This is still a kind of recap. When we go forward in the movie, because we already halfway there, and all of them, I'm telling y'all last week, all of them are like, we left off where they were facing off with the enchantress. You remember, I was telling you, she was like, I can do multiple things, bitch. You feel me? I can talk to y'all and try to win y'all to my position. Because even when they bossed up against her, she didn't tell her brother, kill him. She did not say that. What she told her brother was, make them bow before me. That's what she said. She said, I ain't trying to kill y'all. Y'all ain't like the rest of these motherfuckers out here. Y'all are the future. That's what she kept saying. Metahumans are evidence of change. That's what she said. We are the future. Now take your side over here with me. Why? Did you come because of the soldier? That's what she said. She said, why do you fight for those who would encage you or enslave you or whatever the fuck she said? She's like stupefied. Like, look at all this power I'm wielding right now. Like, is there a choice? Is there even a decision to make? Why y'all trying my steal up? Like, why y'all curious, debating about my power? Y'all see in real time, I done created an army while still dancing the future into existence, bitch. She tells El Diablo, because he's mad. He sees the vision of what his heart's desire is to have his family back. You can't bring them back. I done already killed them. She's like, why are you testing my steal up? Well, I can do anything. She said, you can have that. She said, you can have that. She also said, because Deadshot sees the Batman dead, baby, that was his heart's desire. He said, I saw the Batman dead. And El Diablo tells him, you don't want that, man. You don't want that. And guess what? Harley Quinn was like, I want that. That ain't even what she saw. She saw her and the Joker booed up. You know, he in a suit and tie. They got a cute little family. She got a hair and curler. She a house mom, right? That's what she wants. But then Deadshot came out of his vision. He was like, look, I saw the Batman dead, bitch. That's what my secret heart's desire is. And she showed me that shit in real time. And El Diablo of the whole clique is the one, you don't want that, man. You don't want that. Oh my God. And Harley Quinn was like, I want that. What he just talking about, I want that. Yeah, I want that. I want that motherfucker dead. You understand? Here they all are. What's Rick Flag, the Colonel, right? He sees he and his boo in a loving embrace and shit. Oh, I can't have that. Why? She said she can do anything. She done got her heart back now. She done got her heart back. You feel me? She out here changing the game in real time. Baby, planting seeds of hope and promise into the minds of everyone that are her enemies. Oh my God. Baby, she is like, I'm trying to show y'all the future. Y'all, and the reason I'm talking about this right now is because it in real time is the personification of what Amanda told them all the way back in the beginning of the movie. It is my profession, baby, to get people to act against their own self-interest. The bitch ain't even in the scene nowhere. And here, she has already planted the seed in the minds of these people that she has captured without trial and tossed away into a secret prison. Here, they debating amongst each other about what is the right and wrong thing to do that is against their self-interest on some ideology that does not even apply to them. What's the ideology? It's the ideology of the Olympians. God damn it. Who are the Olympians again? Who are the Olympians again? The Olympians is the United States government. She says it. Getting people to act against their own self-interest for the national security of the United States government is what I do for a living. It is my profession. To confuse you so that you would do my bidding and think it was your own decision. Oh, shit. Think it was your own decision, child. Think that you was having a crisis of conscience, while you are standing in front of God and she is telling you whatever you can see in your mind's eye, I can make real. God damn it. Oh, you hear me? Amanda is not the enemy. Amanda is the nod. She is the agent facilitator for the father. She is the agent facilitator for the father. In the meantime, the mother is working magic to change the face of the whole goddamn planet in real time while trying to win her children, metahumans, while trying to win in their minds that the mother is the way forward for them. And the evidence of it is all I want to do is give you that which will make you happy. That's what she says. Whatever your heart desires, this is what I can do for you. This is what I can give to you. How much motherfucking evidence do you need? You are seeing with your own eyes in real time that I am restructuring in an instant the face of the whole planet. That which your father has taken 2,000 years to create, I have restructured in a moment. What evidence do you need? What more evidence do you need? And I ain't asking you for shit. I ain't asked you for no money. I ain't asked you for no labor. I ain't asked you for no blood. Bitch, take the knee to show your commitment to the future, and I will give you everything your heart desires. That's what she said. All the way to the end. She never, baby, look, even when she was fighting them, you remember, she's still creating the thing, and then she comes out of herself as like a spirit being to, oh, y'all want to fight like that? Okay, cool. So she gets a little sword and shit. She like, right? She doing her little, meanwhile, her other self is still generating this goddamn machine. Baby, she ain't never got off task the whole time. Planting seeds of the future and hope into the minds of those who should be allies to her. You understand? I'm trying to give you everything you want. You feel me? I'm still doing what I got to do, because I'm going to do what I have to do, whether you come willingly or whether I have to drag your ass into the fucking future. This is the dialogue that's happening in this movie. I'm trying to tell you. Whether it's being verbally spoken, this is the subtext. You understand? Because they hone in it so much. They make it so that you have to see that this multi-dimensional being is doing multiple things at one time, creating the future through this machine that she's working in dance into existence. You feel me? Sword fighting, the clique, who is not yet one. You understand? On the one hand, while trying to win their brains through visions of hope and love. Baby, she ain't showed them nightmarish shit. You understand? Tells her giant sun god representation, bull representative of the sun, of the queen of heaven, and her brother, don't kill them. Just go get them and make them bend the knee. Just make them bend the knee. Because they with that bullshit right now. They with that dumb shit. The fuck is you fighting for? What is it exactly that you're fighting for? And then, let me not get too ahead of myself, child. Oh, other quotes that we don't, I'm going back to that. But other quotes. All throughout this movie, these quotes woven through the shit, this hyper spiritual religious shit, right? So when Amanda is talking about Colonel Rick Flag and how she has basically manipulated him into a relationship with Dr. June Moon in order to control both June Moon and the Enchantress through the heart, you understand? And so it's like this mutual manipulation, because June Moon is controlling Colonel Rick Flag. He ain't gonna step out of line as long as there's a possibility of his boo being liberated from the Enchantress. You feel me? The Enchantress is scared of Rick Flag because she can feel in her body the hold that this dude has on the heart of Dr. June Moon, which is gonna represent a problem for this plan she got working, this plan she trying to execute. You feel me? And then, but Amanda has orchestrated this trilateral relationship between the Enchantress, June Moon, and Rick Flag. She says, I have her heart and she has his. Now he will follow my orders as holy writ. Why'd she say that? Because, bitch, she God. They already told you several times, this bitch is God. What I say is holy writ. My will is what needs to be executed, or you will be executed. That's what she say to everybody. What did Rick Flag say when he introduced the Suicide Squad to Amanda the first time? He says, behold the voice of God, and then shows this black woman's face to all of them. And she begins to speak, and they shut the fuck up. All right? Then the other thing that was really interesting is the use of the word monster. I need to Google the etymology of the word monster, because it came up a lot. If I was to go back and count every time if I was to go back and count every time they use the word monster, especially towards women, not exclusively, but especially more often than any other way, it was talking about you got 3 women in this movie who are the center essentially of this movie, right? And I feel like Harley Quinn represents this kind of like, which may be right. I didn't think about this, but I think Harley Quinn represents the like this midway point between these two polar oppositions. Amanda being the personification of God and the devil, these masculine aspects of God and the devil, synonymous at the same time, you feel me? And on the polar opposite, you have in real time the personification of the moon goddess with the literal moon on her head, you feel me? With her spells and sigils tattooed in her body, you feel me? She is the mother. Amanda represents the father, and Harley Quinn with the red and the, she is the personification of the union of the red and the blue. Harley Quinn is. Why would I say that? Her hair is red and blue. Her outfit is red and blue. How she became Harley Quinn is the personification of her rebirth into this new role. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna have to dig into that a little bit more, but that's what's coming to me now. So anyway, the concept of monster, somebody, if anybody's still watching for real, Google the etymology of, because I don't know how to share screens yet. Google the etymology of the word monster. Let me see if I can do that. How can I do that? Crops layout, blah, 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 blah. Edit layout, new layout. There's virtual background layouts, hotkeys. Yeah, I don't know how to do this yet. So I'm gonna have to give myself a little what you call it? Present. What's that? Extra video file slots, share screen. Is that it? I don't know. Anyway, do it for me while I'm continuing to talk. Google the etymology of the word monster, because it came up so much. I was like, I have to know what the origin of this word is, what it means, whatever, because it's obviously significant, or they wouldn't have used it like 16 goddamn times in the movie. Okay. But anyway, one of the things that was really frustrating, and I talked about it last week, was like the reducing of Dr. June Moon into the damsel of the damsel in distress. And they harped on that so much. Here the woman is a PhD, freaking archaeologist, you know, surveying the fucking jungles of the middle of nowhere, you feel me, by herself. She by herself. She ain't with the clip. She like, I'm about to go up in here and see what I can find, you feel me? That's some courageous shit. That's some courageous shit. Now all of a sudden, every scene in the movie, she's sniveling, crying, sniveling. I can't do it. Always hugging the dude. Like every time you turn around, it's like this gross display of just absolute powerlessness. Latin, divine. Ooh, shit. Thank you, Carlotta. That is the etymology of the word monster. Latin, divine omen, especially one indicating misfortune. Fascinating. So anyway, the sniveling, man. Not only is it's an offense, because she, Dr. June Moon, as who she was, which is a PhD archaeologist, you know, surveying the jungles by herself, going out there doing shit most men won't even do. Courageous shit, going and researching and shit like that. And she cool. She picking up stuff when she going to the cave. She cracking shit open. She hears the voice of the mother call to her. June, right? Once the mother, I told y'all, chooses her and she embodies the enchantress, the moon goddess, we are supposed to internalize this, her in being the vessel through which the mother is moving, as a stealing of her power, like all of a sudden she becomes powerless once she embodies the goddess. I don't know. I don't know if it's the introduction of Rick Flag into the equation that causes her to descend into damselness. But baby, that shit is deep, what they did to her. What they did to her and what they did both to her and to Harley Quinn is to take women up a level of genius in their own right and completely reduce them. And in Dr. June Moon, it's the most grossly personified reduction, because she turns into a sniveling, groveling, whiny wimp for whom her only solace is in the embrace of a mercenary. It was gross. Anyway. And then this tear thing, man. Anyway. So child, let's go back. Let's see. Child, look, there's still so much. But anyway. All right, so let's move forward. Oh my God. And the question of subjectivism. Okay. Now, when I was in the party, this question of the word subjective or subjectivism, it was popularized by the Soviet Union, the Communist Party, socialist Marxists and shit like that. This whole idea that to demonstrate emotion is to be subjective, right? It's not scientific. It's not based in science. It doesn't have any place in the revolutionary movement, all that kind of bullshit, right? I got a problem with it, but it is pervasive in movies where like emotions become weaponized, if you will. This happened so many times throughout the movie that somehow under the auspice of having emotions or developing friendships or emotion or like affections, is a sign of weakness that makes you incapable of making scientific, logical decisions. This movie is plagued with it, right? This whole like low-key anti-socialist like doctrine that is woven through the movie to reduce people who quote feel emotions to somehow incapable of making scientific decisions. This shit happened so many times, and it was always under the guise of like, okay, so in the fight scene, right, that I was just telling y'all about towards the end, when the crew is squatted up, right, after they've been given the vision by the enchantress, right, and El Diablo makes it his mission to snap them out of this vision that she's given them of the future that they could have. This ain't real. I killed my family. She can't bring them back. Blah, 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 right? So he's trying to win them to a position, okay? And so when they go and when they quote snap out of it, and they go to face off with the enchantress, she's like, I'm paraphrasing, but she's like, I don't get y'all. Like, I just showed y'all the future y'all can have. What y'all going back to? If y'all beat me, what y'all going back to? A jail cell somewhere? Like, I don't even get y'all. Like, why don't y'all just come over here, right? And then they are plotting. They're like, look, the big dude over there, he's protecting her. We need to immobilize him. That way we can get at her. Because as long as he alive and kicking, we can't get at her. You feel me? So El Diablo was like, look, I got it, right? And when she asked him, how long have you been able to see? Because she knew he was different than the rest of them. he too was a god. You understand? And so he was like, I've always, my whole life, right? She's still trying to win this dude. She's like, yo, you the one. He's like, I don't know. Listen to what this man says. Mind you, I just told y'all these motherfuckers ain't even been together 24 whole hours. They just met that afternoon, was given some pieces to go wreck some shit downtown. They ain't known each other a whole 6 hours. This motherfucker gonna say, I done already lost one family. I'm not gonna lose another. These my people. These my talk about the suicide. Talk about the Suicide Squad he just met 6 hours before, baby. Okay? These my people. I done already lost one family. I ain't gonna lose another one. Y'all gone. He like in front of them, like he protecting them. You feel me? So he goes to square off with the child with the bull of heaven. Is what he did. He went to go square off with the bull of heaven. And he was like, y'all ain't even seen what I can do. Y'all ain't even seen what I can do. He stomps down on the ground. And when he does this motion, it's like his confining suit, if you will, his skin suit breaks away, and his fully personified Mayan sun god Aztec self is on full display with the feathered hat, the feathered crown. You understand? Whole body ablaze. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay? Now this scene where the Mayan sun god in his full personified glory, unbridled by the fucking torments of the earth and shit, squares off with the bull of heaven, the goddess's son, the horned god, right? It is not lost on me that the enchantress chose a black man to be the personification of the bull of heaven. And that in this great epic battle that would determine the future, it is this black man as the bull of heaven and this Mexican brother as the Aztec god of the sun, squaring off, this Mexican and this black man squaring off with each other in a duel to the end, and behind them, perfectly placed in the center of them, every time they part and come back to each other, every time they part and come back to each other, every time they part and come back to each other, you see right in between them the goddamn red, white, and blue flag. I was like, holy shit. I was like, it was perfectly placed in the center as the overseer, the overseeing representation of the Olympians pulling the puppet strings of these two gods, this black man and this Mexican man, facing off. One, the representative of the father. One, the not only the father, one, the representative of the father and the past, baby. A fucking past that has to go. And one, the representation of the fucking mother and the future that she promises. Woo, child, let me tell you. That shit happened in that movie. Here you've got this black man, bigger than everybody in the space. The bull of heaven. Son to the mother, Venus. She, who is the bull of heaven, child? It's Taurus. Why is that significant? Taurus is the first earth sign in the 12 houses. Taurus is a representation as the son of Venus, ruled by Venus, of heaven on earth, the Garden of Eden. She that makes life on earth worth living, the guardian of fresh water, right? The guardian of honey and the bees, right? The governess of music and art and love and maternity and love making. She is promising child. Y'all are not walking with me. I'm trying to tell you. She is promising them the future, the most outrageous future that they could imagine. That is what she is promising. Step with me into the future, you meta-humans who represent the changing of the world, the changing of the age. This is what you represent, right? Because when she came up out the grave, she was like, fuck it, all these motherfuckers can go. She told her brother, listen, the humans want to worship machines. That's all right. I'm going to build a machine and I'm going to destroy every last one of them. She's I'm about to run through this bitch like the plague. She's I'm about to run through this motherfucker like the plague. You understand? But then she meets the meta-humans and she was like, oh, you represent the future. You represent the fact that change is actually occurring. Child. And what did they do? Betray their own self-interest for an idea whose day is done, honey. Y'all ain't hearing me. This church I'm giving y'all right now, this ain't no, I hope y'all feel me. I hope y'all feel me that this is not some shit that I just do for entertainment's sake, breaking down the fucking symbolic, mythological, political, historical symbols hidden within that which we see every day to convince and win us something in our brain that will always have us working against our interests, baby. You better know it. This is not some shit I do to get some laughs out of y'all or some entertainment out of y'all, child. This is how the motherfucking channels see. So that you can tell others. See. So that you are no longer pulled around by your heartstrings that control your mind. You can guide your heart instead of being led around, working against your own interest by that which is put forward as just mere entertainment. It is not, baby. It is a message. It is a message that is meant to do two things simultaneously: to perpetuate and continue your enslavement, and to forever prop up the Olympians who rule the world, baby, who run this bitch. To convince you that you will never be the rulers of the new age, the governors, the determiners of the future that we have to create. Shit. And we sitting here looking at this shit butt naked and in real time and cannot see what it is that is being fed to it. They don't even have to hide their shit anymore, y'all. They don't even have to hide shit from us anymore because we cannot see. This is what I'm trying to teach y'all in this shit. So anyway, you got these two gods, man. Gods. A black personified child in the body of a black man and a Mexican man. While behind them, they perfectly placed that fucking flag there, and it never, that camera never moved from that goddamn flag, baby. That while y'all all struggling down here, the goddess over here doing her thing, her multiplicity, multidimensional dance she doing over here and working magic over here and doing it, trying to show y'all the future at the same time, trying to get y'all to bend the knee. Child, I ain't trying to make y'all do nothing y'all don't want to do. Bend the knee and I'll give you everything you want. That's all. Tell me that's not our mother. Right now. Tell me that is not the Mother Earth. Right? Y'all stay fucking up. That's what she's saying. Y'all stay fucking up. Y'all stay doing the wrong shit. Y'all stay with the dumb shit. And I steadily give to you, steadily wanting to show you and to demonstrate to you in real time. All I am interested in is your happy, willful worship, baby. That's all. Say thank you for the wonders that I show you every day. That's all she wants. Say happily, thank you so much for the joy of living. That's all she wants. She ain't asked us to fight no wars for her, shed no blood for her, other than our, moon blood. You feel me? I'm just trying to tell you. Here, she's saying the same thing. Leap forward into the future with me, and I will give you everything your heart desires. You understand? So, the two dudes, they squaring off. You feel me? They squaring off. They doing their thing. Will Smith makes this giant proclamation against the moon goddess. And mind you, the moon goddess ain't killed nobody. She ain't killed nobody up until this point. She ain't killed nobody, baby. She ain't killed nobody. You understand? She has transformed men into gods, but she ain't killed nobody. You feel me? This man, of all of them, who is the personification of the past. He is the son of, oh, shit, y'all. He is the son of the Olympians. Deadshot is. If I keep telling y'all from day one, Deadshot is the personification of Jesus Christ in this movie. If he is the personification of Jesus Christ, and I'm telling you that Argos, which is the organization that is set to protect the Olympians, and I'm telling you that the Olympians are who? The United States government. He is the son. That's his role. And he recognizes his role. Because what does he do? He betrays the mother to side with the father. Listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all. Here is a father that is brutal, that is warmongering, that has executed all kinds of brigandage in the world, child. Look. This father requires utmost sacrifice. If you love me, prove it. How hard can you suffer? How much blood can you shed? How much grieving can you do? And still come back to me and say, thank you, Father. You understand? This is who the Olympians are. This is who God the Father is. Understand? Deadshot is the son. Here he is, the personification of this religion is what he is. This religion that has justified all the wars of the last 2,000 years under the guise of the love of the Heavenly Father. Shed more blood than any other institution in the history of the planet under the guise of the love of the Father. Picking up your cross, bearing your cross in suffering. You understand? That is who he represents. That's why it is not a contradiction that he is an assassin. It is not a contradiction that Deadshot as a shoe in red and black with the cross over his left eye, right? Representing the midway point, the halfway point between earth and heaven, for whom no man can enter heaven without going through me. You understand? I am the way and the light. You feel me? But it is not a contradiction for him to be an assassin for hire. Why is it not a contradiction? Is it a contradiction in the Bible to be a killer in the name of the Lord? I'm just saying. Meanwhile, the mother hasn't asked you to pick up no cross, hasn't asked you to suffer, hasn't asked you to shed no blood, murder nobody to prove your allegiance. She ain't asked you to pillage, plunder, rape to prove your allegiance to her. She ain't asked you for none of that shit. She don't even want your suffering. She's like, boo, it ain't got to be hard. You make it hard because that bullshit you believe. But I ain't trying to get you to make it. I ain't trying to make you. Not only that, she gives us every opportunity to seek ecstasy. How does she do that? She gave us the most wonderful drug on earth for free. What's that? Sexual intercourse and the orgasm that it produces. That's what she gave us. Every evidence, everywhere. that all she seeks from us is blissful, joyful worship. That's all. All I want you motherfuckers to do is bend the knee, and I will give you everything your heart desires. That's what she said. Even when they was trying to boss up on her, even when they was trying to murk her, she told her brother, baby, go around these stupid motherfuckers up and make them bend the knee. She didn't say kill them. She didn't say wipe these bitches out. She said, grab these motherfuckers up and make them bend the knee. You understand? Childhood. So anyway, Deadshot is the personification of the duplicitous confusion created by these religions, right? So you've got the black sun god, the bull of heaven, in service to the mother. You've got the Mexican sun god in service to the father god, the Olympians, and the state. Child, that's what the flag was for. Both of them die, and the flag remains. Both of them die, and the flag remains. The black god and the Mexican god die. One in service to the mother, one in service to the Olympians, the father god, the state. Right? Under what guise? I done lost one family. I ain't losing another. These my people right here that you just met 6 hours ago, wasn't even talking to 2 hours ago. They had to clown you before you even brought any fight to the game. You understand? That's one thing. Then, she tells them when she's fighting them, like she's still doing the machine thing, she's doing the dancing spell, whatever, right? But then her spiritual self is like sword fighting. She like play fighting with them because she like, bitch, I'm God. Like I can wipe y'all out in an instance. I'm trying to give you a chance. But let me go ahead and entertain your little selves. She pulls out the swords. She start going to town. She fighting all of them. Okay? And then she was like, okay, that's enough. This bullshit. And in a second, does one of these numbers, and all their weapons go flying out of their hands. She's like, I'm trying to show y'all ain't got no smoke for me. You feel me? You can't get a spot on the block. Bitch, I'm God. I'm trying to be gentle with you. I entertained your little play fighting. You feel me? Okay, now I'm bored. Bitch, bye. And all the weapons fly all over the place, right? Then she said, but I'm going to tell you, y'all brought a good fight. You have earned mercy. That's what she said. That's a quote. She's like, y'all playing games. You feel me? I get it because you still fucked up in the head. But you have earned mercy. Y'all bring a good fight to the game. Y'all can't beat me. But y'all, this was cute. This was cute. Okay, this is fine. Y'all have earned mercy. She still don't want to murk these bitches because she sees the future in them, even as deluded as they are. You understand? So that's one thing. Now, I want you to keep in mind this thing that I was saying about subjectiveness and how it is always used in movie, or subjectivity is always used in movies as a way to demote the significance of human emotions in a way that makes it somehow synonymous that if you have any kind of emotional ties, you can't make logical decisions. This is a theme that is pervasive throughout a lot of these movies. I'm telling you so many, right? And so El Diablo being one personification of that, because El Diablo says, these my people, these my friends, I lost one family, I ain't losing another one. So I'm gonna give my life for the clique of whom I've only known about 6 hours. I digress, right? So as that's happening, like they're still plotting because she done took all their weapons, flung all their weapons to the 4 directions and shit, and then commenced to doing what she doing, right? They do a pan out of the earth because this thing that she is creating is getting bigger now, right? It's about to do what it's about to do, right? Now let me tell you, I see everything. when they pan out as if you are in a satellite looking down on what is happening, baby, the machine starts to send out this purple smoke, okay, that looks like an organism. It looks almost like a spider with a lit center. So the center is brilliant light, and this smoke is pouring out, brilliant purple smoke pouring out of it in every direction. And so I just decide, and I told you it looks like a spider. It has tentacles. So I decided to count the tentacles. There were 9 tentacles. Y'all, was that just a coinky dink? That the world changing smoke emanating from this machine created by the mother is brilliant purple with 9 tentacles. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Does anybody know what this means? Some of you who've been following me for a minute, you should know what this means. Carlotta, what does this mean? What is this alluding to? This brilliant purple smoke with 9 tentacles that are set to change the face of the planet. Somebody tell me what I'm talking about. IG, Facebook, YouTube, nobody. Thank you. So who is LT? What's your name, LT? Who is you? I ain't trying to put you on blast, but I want to know who you are. But yes, exactly yes. Just to affirm that your answer is the correct answer. Yes. Letitia. That name sounds familiar. Have we met? Have we met in person? Letitia. That name sounds familiar. Anyway, yes, the goddess Ayer, mother of radical transformation through the use of storms. She who is the mother of 9. Okay. You have to remind me where. Because the name is familiar. I know the name. It's face place association that I'm having a problem with. But you're gonna have to remind me. Oh, okay. All right. So yes, the mother of 9. Why is she the mother of 9? Because she is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end that happens simultaneously. Her color is purple. Yes. You understand? She dances the future into existence, baby. She is the governess of evolution. This is her. Do you think it was an accident? Did you think that this white boy, ex-priest who wrote Suicidesquad did not notice if he's using a leg bar and a shoe symbology all throughout the goddamn movie? If he's using ancient Greek mythology in the form of the duplicity and the dichotomy of the red and blue as personified under the Olympians, Zeus in particular, what did I tell y'all a few days ago? Zeus is the, what did they say exactly? Zeus is the, let's see, where is it? Zeus is the personification of I don't want to misquote. Let me look at my quotes and say it right. Zeus, also Jupiter, rules the color purple through the coming together of red and blue. Purple as representative of the God-man who by his death becomes the door and our only access to the Father. That's Zeus they talking about. You understand? What do they say about Jesus? Hold on. Purple being the color in the Holy Bible of royalty and the holy priesthood. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got one more for you. Let's see. Shoot. Y'all ain't heard. Y'all ain't heard. Hold on. Listen, one of these days I'm gonna get this shit organized, okay? Anyway, yeah, right? So, okay. Spirit in the sky. Okay. I'm telling you, I could do a whole workshop on the songs alone, the song placement, just the songs alone. I'm just like, they was really deliberate about this shit. It's funny because even though Deadshot is supposed to be the personification of Jesus Christ in this movie, there is a scene where he's, having a verbal brawl with they're having a verbal brawl about their occupations and how their occupations differ, right? Because the holier than thou Colonel Rick Flag, says I'm a soldier, and Deadshot, and he says, and you're just a mercenary that or an assassin you're just a serial killer that takes credit cards, right? And Deadshot says, look, I don't know what's up with this mission, but in case you didn't get the memo, I don't save people. Now, he Jesus, though. You know what I'm saying? He is the way and the light. But he makes it a point to say, I don't save people. I said, oh, shit. Oh. They say when they go to rescue, you remember I was telling you guys, when they were going on this rescue mission, they think they're going to rescue some great scientist or some shit. And Deadshot says to Rick Flag, he's like, look, he has to go into the room and secure the person, right? He goes in to the room, and Deadshot tells him before he goes into the room, he's like, look, this dude better cure cancer with all the shit you just put us through. So they all think they're going to rescue some big name hotshot scientist. You feel me? They done braved all these goblins and shit and doing up all this shit they got to go through on this rescue mission. Now, Deadshot says, this motherfucker better cure cancer for all this shit you just put us through. When he goes into the room, Deadshot goes into the room that Rick Flag had just gone into and realizes that the person that they came to save is Amanda, right? Now, Amanda has this whole team of people that have been working with her while they've been locked down in this room since the goddess started doing her thing, right? And so he walks into the room and sees that it's Amanda, and Amanda's like, hold on just a minute, because he's mad. He's like, damn, we came here to save the woman that's kept us hostage in this jail and shit. Like, this some bullshit. You feel me? She's like, hold on just a second. She pulls out a pistol and blows the brains out of everybody in the room. She's like, I can't leave a trail. What? Why y'all mad? And Deadshot, listen, she just blows and single shots, pat, 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 kills everybody in the room. And Deadshot says, that's one mean lady. Deadshot says to a woman who just assassinates everybody on her team to not leave a trail. You understand? And his response is, that's a mean lady? This consistent reduction through emotionalism of the women in this movie is not lost. Because Deadshot had to be the one to say it. Here she in a room with two mercenaries. She's in the room with two mercenaries. People who do what she just did for a living. And his response is, that's a mean lady. That's a mean lady. So when she walks out of the room and the other members of the Suicide Squad see that it's her, they all mad. They all get up. They piling around her like they mad as shit. Right? Like, damn, I wouldn't have came on this motherfucking mission if I'd have known it was her. You understand? She pulls out this little screen that she has with all their faces on because this thing is tied to the chip that they have implanted in their spine that can blow their brains out or whatever. So she's like, you know, don't get cocky, bitch. I still hold your life in the palm of my hands. You understand? And so, but when Deadshot goes into the room and she tells him, hold on, he's like, man, listen, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but these motherfuckers out here think we done came in here to rescue Nelson Mandela or some shit. I said, oh my God. They were like, yes, his name is Deadshot. He kills for sport. And he got the nerve to judge someone else's stilo. That's on par with his. You understand? So they say, damn, man, they out there, but they think we in here rescuing Nelson Mandela or some shit. You understand? He said, not only does he say that's a mean lady, he says, that's just a mean lady, but I'm the bad guy. That's a mean lady, but I'm the bad guy. Yo, you understand? And then there's something that El Diablo says. El Diablo, they all sitting there telling their sad stories of how they got to where they at, right? That El Diablo starts to tell about what happened to his family and what happened when he started recognizing the power. He was talking about how the more power he got on the, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. The more power he got on the street, the stronger his internal power got. The more cred he got on the street, the more powerful he became in his abilities with fire, right? To me, this is an alluding to the power of the sun, the S-U-N and the S-O-N. And what do I mean specifically? I am talking about the malignant power of ego. And he says it. He says, I got stronger as I galvanized more power on the street. My internal power got stronger as I got more street cred. Couldn't nobody touch me. Couldn't nobody boss up against me. I'm the one. Right? And how, so this is also another Chinese medicine theory or like philosophy, right? That the sun, the S-U-N or the S-O-N, the power of yang is ultimately destructive. That if it is not bridled by its mother, anchored by its mother, its energy is always destructive. I did a whole workshop on this. You understand? What does this mean in the real world? What does this mean? What does this look like politically? What does this look like environmentally? That yang energy is always destructive. The only thing that transforms it from destructive energy to beneficial energy. The sun is destructive. The only reason that the sun is life-giving for us is because the mother produces an atmosphere that allows just enough of its energy to come in, filters enough of it out so that its rays are no longer destructive, but now life-affirming and life-giving. Working in partnership with the mother to provide life. You understand? And so here, the sun god, the S-U-N, this dude is the Aztec sun god, right? The Mayan sun god. And so here, he is the very real personification of this philosophy of the destructive nature of yang unanchored, yang unbridled. So much so, what did he say? When he killed his wife and his children, he was like, you know, when I get mad, you know, when I get angry, I can't see anything. I don't know what I'm doing until it's done. That is the destructive energy of fucking ego. Yang energy, which is ruled by the head, the most yang location in our body. You understand? I hope that made sense to you, because that scene where he says, he's talking about what he did to his wife and kids, right? And he tells them, he said, he's talking to Will Smith, because Will Smith was like, just for a moment, you know, I saw hope, you know, I thought that, you know, if we did this thing, you feel me? Because they disappointed. They realized they just went to go save the devil. You understand? They thought they was doing something honorable or some shit, and that maybe they could catch a break. They could get some reprieve. You feel me? And he said, just for a moment, I had hope. And El Diablo's response was, hope don't stop the wheel from turning, brother. It's coming back around for you. How many people have you killed? He's like, what you think you got a future? You think you are entitled to hope, honey? No, this bitch going around, and what you done did is coming back for you. He said you ain't killed no women or kids. I have. There ain't no hope. This shit is over. You understand? That's what he was saying. This shit is over. Don't none of us get a day in the sun. We all fucked up. Right? And yeah, so that happened. Yes. Then let's see. I'll lose control. So I even made mention in my notes when he talked about the story about how when he loses control, when he gets mad, right? Like he can't see anything. He can't hear anything. He don't know what he's doing. This is classic Chinese medicine diagnosis, y'all. I swear to God. I'm sitting here like, oh my God. This is like a diagnosis that he's giving. Liver yang rising, liver fire blazing out of control, harassing the heart. These are diagnoses in Chinese medicine. You understand what I'm saying? And most of the time, it can be like cardiac events, aneurysms or strokes and shit like that. But it can also be psychological disorder, liver fire harassing the heart, presenting itself as like wild rage, psychoses. You understand? Anyway. Okay. So this is another quote from Will Smith. So they're all in the bar because they now done found out that they've been duped. They've been used, right? Will Smith finds this top secret file of Amanda's that is about what they actually dare to do. He tells him, look, you better tell everybody the truth right now. We ain't doing shit else till you tell everybody here what the fuck this shit really about. He tells them what it's about. There's like, we out. Blow our heads off if you want to, but we out. They all go up to the bar. They go have a drink. This is where they sharing all their stories, right? Well, eventually Rick Flag comes up and joins the clique. And they like, look, we don't want you here. We having a drink. You feel me? This shit fucked up that you just put us through. You understand? But we don't want you here. He takes out his little phone thing and he breaks it. He's like, y'all all free. And they was like, shh, deuces. You understand? But I just really want y'all to fight with me. You feel me? He start crying crocodile tears because, you know, the woman I love is being trapped by that evil monster. You understand? But y'all fight with me. You feel me? So all of a sudden, the most diabolical bad guys in the whole world grow a heart and decide to fight with the white boy. You feel me? Will Smith says, we gonna do this shit. We gonna get you there. We gonna make sure you live. But this shit is this is a quote. This shit is gonna be like a chapter in the Bible. Everybody's gonna know what we did. He said, my daughter is gonna know her father's not a piece of shit. That's what he said. All right. And so they go to fight the witch, right? The enchantress, on just the strength that they might, you know, get a good story told about them, because they've been told from the jump they may get 10 years off their prison sentences, but all of them serving life. The prison icon, when the screen pans in, the prison icon when they driving into the prison is an icon of the Grim Reaper with his sickle, and across the sickle it says, "Till death do us part." They ain't coming out this bitch. Till death do us part. It's on the prison icon, right? So also it is important to mention that originally there were 9 members of the Suicide Squad, right? It's like this theme about crazy. So I'm working on this idea about the whole like use of crazy historically. But anyway, again, when talking about the women, You understand? Okay, so when they go in there to fight the enchantress, right? Will Smith is making a joke to Rick Flag because she up on the stage, she doing her little dance, she doing her thing, right? And he said, and Will Smith tells Rick Flag, now why don't you roll up on that platform with her, smack old girl on the ass and tell her stop acting up, right? Like, and Rick Flag was like, I don't think that's gonna work. And then Boomerang says, well, you know what they say about the crazy ones, over and over and over again, right? Then when the enchantress gives El Diablo, I thought this was fascinating. And I missed it many times. When enchantress gives El Diablo his vision, and his kids are asleep, and his wife comes and she's like, you let me put the babies to bed so we can have a little fun, right? Like we can get freaky or whatever. One of the kids, so he's on the couch with the babies, right? The babies are asleep or whatever. They sleep. They on the couch, something, whatever, doesn't matter. They on the couch sleep. And one of the babies' t-shirts says, dreams really do come true. While he's in this dream about his family still being alive, that's being given to him by the enchantress. One of the shirts says, big. I don't know how I missed it before. Dreams really do come true. I said, oh shit. This shit is just, it's so pervasive, right? Okay. Yes, child. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then, okay. So I think I am wrapping up now, actually. That was, okay. Oh. I'm almost wrapping up. Okay. And I'm going to do this quick. This is because this is the last one I'm going to do. All right. So again, let's go back to the emotionalism, how there's this insidious way to equate any kind of emotional attachments, friendships, feelings to the inability of being able to make scientific, logical decisions. Okay, so I talked about El Diablo. These my people right here. I lost one family. I'm not losing another one. Right. When the enchantress is doing the little sword play with the metahumans or whatever, and she was like, look, I can give you whatever you want. She said, Harley Quinn says, you can bring my pudding back. She was like, whatever, baby, yes. I just told you. I can do whatever you need. Just bend the knee. So Harley Quinn feigns like she's going to go bend the knee with the goddess, right? And she says, I like what you're offering, lady. Sounds good. Now, mind you, the girl is obsessed with the Joker. This her boo. She is envisioning a future as a housewife with him going straight and them having 2 babies. This her dude. You feel me? Meanwhile, the clique she running with, she done known these dudes 6 hours at best. She tells the enchantress, I like what you're offering, lady. Sounds real nice. So she's approaching the enchantress as if she is about to take the knee, as she's about to bend the knee. And she's plotting. So she says, the only thing about it is, what's she saying? You fucked with my friends. And then stabs the enchantress. What did Amanda say early on in the movie? Child, I have perfected the craft of getting motherfuckers to act against their own interest. This is what I do. This is what I do. The girl is in love with her boo. Wants this future that the goddess promises. But the only problem is you fucked with my friends. So I'm going to stab you in the heart. Reach into your chest and pull your heart out. That's what she did. None of the men did that. So it wasn't a man that pulled her heart out. It had to be a woman that betrayed the mother on behalf of the men, on behalf of the father, on behalf of men that from day one have been talking shit about her. Crazy. She's sexy, but crazy. She's a monster. But these my friends, and you fucked with my friends, so I got to pull your heart out. She's the only female in the clique You understand? I thought that shit was deep. That it had to be. Here are the three, quote, diabolical people in the movie. Because, see, we have an affinity for. We are made to feel affection towards Deadshot. He's charming. You know, he has a little character. He only does what he does because, you know, I don't hurt anybody but bad guys. I don't kill women and children. I have a daughter that I love. You understand what I'm saying? The dude is a sociopath. But we are made to feel for him. We almost like him. And I think they did that deliberately. I think they made Will Smith Deadshot because he is likable, right? Like, he is likable. He has like this integrity and this little gentle swag, even as he's doing diabolical shit. Now, I'm going to tell you, he is the poster child for like kind of noble narcissism. You understand? This expectation that he has that if he does this good thing, that he is entitled to have an epic chapter in history written about this great thing that they did. Okay? And that's supposed to somehow erase all the grimy shit he did. That is the telltale sign of a noble narcissist. Everything that they do that is good is calculating and deliberate for their own gain. It's not because they're good or they give a damn about doing good. They recognize that doing good or the acts of doing good can serve as weapons of defense and protection from them while they do dirt behind closed doors. That's what a noble narcissist is. Anyway. So, she tells them, so they're talking Deadshot and what's the name? Harleyquinn. They're all rapping about what they about to do. You feel me? What they need to do, right? And the reason that Will Smith says that she's the bad guy, like she's a monster, he says it's because she's trying to take over the world. And in my mind, I'm thinking as if that's the worst possible thing imaginable. Here the moon goddess is. Here the mother is trying to take over the world. And this is the worst possible thing that could happen in their minds. Right? And she says, look, you need only to bow and serve beneath my feet. There is nothing else you need to do. Nothing else that I am asking. Just bow and serve beneath my feet. And everything that you could ever imagine that you want, you can have easily. You understand? So she had to be betrayed by a woman. She had to be betrayed by a woman. I'm thinking, can this be a nod at the betrayal of Jesus? Because again, Harleyquinn as the what? As the jester of old. The dichotomy between red and black. The dichotomy between red and blue. The jester, the opener and closer of all ceremonies, right? Likened to a shoe, the jokester, the prankster, who is the personification of Christ, the ruler of the crossroads, the bridge between heaven and earth, the way and the light. The only way that God can hear your prayers is but through me, right? And so here Harleyquinn is a representative of that. She is. Even her death and resurrection story. She dies and is resurrected. Y'all ain't here. You understand? And so I'm thinking like, okay, so is her betrayal of the mother like a nod at the disciples' betrayal of Jesus before he went to the cross? Right? 3 times before the cock crows, you will betray me. You will deny me. That's what I was thinking. But anyway, all of this is going down. Okay? All this shit is going down. The struggle between the two gods, the bull of heaven, the sun god, right? The goddess doing the sword fight with the crew. You feel me? All of this shit is going down. And Amanda is suspended upside down with some tentacles in her head, juicing her for all the information so that the goddess can like blow up all these satellites and secret locations and shit like that, right? So all of this is going down, and Amanda, who again is the representation, what does she say? She says, I see everything. I see everything. Because she is Argos. She is the giant protector with 100 eyes that is protecting the Olympians. She is the state's main weapon. She is, Amanda, right? And so, okay, Harlequin rips out the heart of the goddess, kills the goddess, immobilizes the goddess, right? And Rick Flag has the goddess's heart in his hand now because she's still alive, because Dr. June is still alive. It's her metaphysical heart that has been pulled out of her chest, the same one that Amanda had closed up in a box and was stabbing the shit out of it, right? So now Rick Flag is holding the goddess's heart in his hand. He's like, give me back June. And she was like, she ain't never coming back. And so he squeezes the heart, kills the mother, right? He kills the mother, and in that instant, Dr. June wakes up, she alive, and she is no longer the vessel for the mother. As soon as the enchantress dies, the tentacles that are attached to Amanda release. So everybody's like congratulating each other, like, yeah, we did that shit, yo, yeah, we killed the goddess. We killed the mother. You understand? We killed the mother. Right? And at that moment, the tentacles come out and Amanda walks around the corner like ain't shit happened, with their faces still in the palms of her hands, controlling this chip that threatens to take their life any instant. And they were like, goddamn, like we just saved the world. Like, can we get a thank you or something? She was like, thanks. And then I was like, that is not enough, yo. We just saved the world, bitch. And she was like, okay, 10 years off everybody's sentence. Boomerang is like, that is that bullshit. Like, what the fuck is 10 years when you facing the triple life sentence? He's like, I'm about to walk the fuck up out of here. I don't know about nobody else, but bitch, I'm walking the fuck up out of here. And she bosses up on him. She was like, oh, you think so? And he backs down. He backs down. And so everybody is like handing out their wish list to Amanda for the little prizes that they get for saving the world for when they go back to prison. So Deadshot was like, I want to see my daughter. I want to see my daughter often. Harley Quinn says, I would like an espresso machine. Killer Croc says, I want BET, y'all. While she's still holding their faces, their lives in her hand. This is what they're asking for in exchange for this deed that they have done, quote, to save the world. So they all go back to prison, blissfully happy with what they have been given as penance for saving the world. Deadshot gets to sit at a kitchen table for a little while and talk mathematics and geometry and shit with his daughter, while U.S. Marshals with chains waiting at the door are waiting for his session to be over. That's what he gets. You understand? What Harley Quinn gets is this beautifully expensive espresso machine in her otherwise barren cell, because they won't even allow her to sleep on a mattress. What Killer Croc gets is a underground dungeon with water, because he amphibious and shit, and he has got some alcohol on the wall above him, some liquor on the wall above him, and on a big screen TV in front of him is a bunch of women booty shaking. All you can see is booties, no faces, no heads, just booties shaking on BET. And he turned up. Meanwhile, the one person who dissented, like, this is some bullshit. This shit ain't equal. Like, bitch, we just saved the world. I'm walking the fuck up out of here. Boomerang gets put into a padded cell for his dissent. He gets put in a padded cell with no contact for his dissent. You ain't getting shit. Not even 10 years off in prison. You ain't getting shit. Begging and pleading, please let me out. Just talk to me for a little bit. Talking to the guard outside. Just talk to me for a little while. I'm going crazy in here. For his dissent. And it wasn't even militant dissent. It was vocal dissent. Child. That's what happened with him. You feel me? And they terrified of Amanda. You understand? But killed the one person who could have given them everything they wanted. Willingly, joyfully, gleefully reveled in the murder of the goddess to serve she who serves the Olympians, she who serves the past, she who serves the father, she who serves the god of war. That's what they did. That's what they did. And as the movie is closing, right? As the movie is closing, they start playing the song by Queen. Is this a real life? Is this just fantasy? They're in prison. This is the song that is playing while it is showing the different aspects of prison that they are all suffering from. This was their prize for saving the world, was to go to prison for life in an institution that says till death do us part, child. Now, remember what I was saying about Harleyquinn and about Deadshot being the personifications. Also, not only them, the Joker. Remember, these three people are the personification of the different attributes of a Legba and a Shu. All three of them. Okay? They're personifying different attributes of this relationship between a Legba and a Shu. Deadshot is the Punisher. That's a Shu, right? Deadshot is the Punisher. Joker is the prankster, right? Harleyquinn is the childlike personification of a Legba. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all ain't rocking with me. This is deep shit. And the reason I am mentioning it is because what did I say about a Shu and a Legba? They are the opener of the roads. Remember, the opener of the crossroads. All ceremonies begin and end with a Legba / a Shu. Didn't I say that? That's why they had to open with the introduction of Floyd and Harleyquinn. Do you understand? That's why they had to open with Deadshot and Harleyquinn. How does the movie close? Because every Marvel movie, you have to watch through the first set of credits because there's another little clip that's like a precursor to the next movie. So after the credits roll in that first little segment, then the next little movie part comes out. It is the closing of the ceremony. The closing of the ceremony is with who? It is with the two other attributes of a Legba a Shu. It is Harleyquinn sitting in her little prison cell with her fresh new color, brilliant, fresh new blue and red color, sitting there drinking her little espresso out of her expensive little espresso machine, right? And she is broken out of prison by the Joker, for whom she thought was dead. This is the closing of the ceremony. Deadshot opens the ceremony. Joker and Harleyquinn close the ceremony. And that's the official end of the movie. You understand? That's the official closing of ceremony. You understand? Now, what is the overall takeaway from this movie? Because I gave y'all all the bits and pieces and shit. But what is the overall takeaway, theme of this movie? Let's see. Okay, the overall takeaway. First of all, child, what's the takeaway from this movie? Y'all ain't ready. Because while we get distracted by all the goings on in this movie, the dynamics between the the Enchantress and Dr. June Moon and her boo, all the complexities of the personal stories of each one, the dichotomy of the interesting thing that's happening between the Joker and Harley Quinn, all the dynamics of the betrayal of Deadshot by his daughter to protect a white boy billionaire vigilante who has been given free run of the city by the state. Oh my God. I didn't even go into Batman's character at all, which I should have, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I'll save that for another movie. Okay, so Letitia says that the ever-ending quest to destroy and overthrow the mother. Yes, that is a great summation. But baby, it ain't even that deep for this movie. The overall theme of, I might have mentioned it, of every movie, of all propaganda, baby, is to ensure in our subconsciousness that we understand that the state always wins. The state always wins. The state is always abstracted from accountability and responsibility. See, all we focused on was the obvious, quote, bad guys. It was all the bad guys that made up the Suicide Squad. It was the bad guy Enchantress. Like, that's what we caught up on, is this dynamic down here. And even we can get caught up in the bad guy of Amanda, like kind of controlling, right? Controlling the Suicide Squad. But nobody, the one institution that is never quantified at all as an enemy, as a villain, as a monster, as wrong, as insidious, is the red, white, and blue, is the Olympians. It is the goddamn state, baby. The state is always victorious and always escapes judgment. That's the overall theme here. The state is the Olympians, the all-seeing, all-knowing, all-controlling institution for whom we all play a role in its preservation. Whether we do it consciously, like Amanda, or unconsciously, like the Suicide Squad, because she knew what her role was. She said, "Baby, this what y'all pay me for, is to convince people to work against their own interest, their own self-interest, for the interest of the preservation of the state." That's what she said. In the interest of preserving the national security of the United States, I'll make a motherfucker do whatever they need to, and it's always going to work against their self-interest. Because to preserve the state is to work against your own self-interest. The state don't have your interest at heart. Never. So she says it. It's implied in her statement. To preserve the national security of the United States government is to work against your self-interest. The state always wins. That's every movie. Name a movie, and I will demonstrate to you how the state always wins and always escapes judgment, can never be made the villain, because the state is ordained by God. The state is valid because we say it is, because we pledge allegiance to the flag, because we sing the national anthem, because we do all of these things that preserve the validity of a criminal organization and institution. And everything that we see constantly reaffirms that. Yep, the state's always going to win. Yep, the government's always right. Yeah, but we got to do this shit because, it's bad, the action, but it's for a good cause. The action, yeah, it might be questionable, but it's for a good cause. Yeah, we'll torture people, but it's for a good cause. What's the good cause? The preservation of the state, baby. The preservation of the state. Here, baby, the preservation of the state and its propaganda to maintain that in our consciousness is so deep and so prolific and so efficient and effective that they were witnessing with their actual eyes. Magic. In real time, literally restructuring the face of the planet in real time. Honey, an institution that took them a couple thousand years to build, she was deconstructing that shit in real time, knocking all the satellites out the goddamn sky so they couldn't peep game. They couldn't peep what she was doing. Motherfucking attacking underground secret locations for military action so they could not initiate military aggression against her as she was reshaping and restructuring the face of the whole goddamn globe to a world where metahumans could rule. That's what she said. We the future. Child, this shit is the past. But I have to clear the slate in order for us to thrive. God damn it. With their own eyes in real time, actual speed. They are witnessing the ushering in of the new age and they betrayed it. Ho. Woo. Child. They betrayed the future for something intangible, an idea, a philosophy. No promises made to them, no guarantees made to them, nothing that they could witness as evidence of a future that would be beneficial to them if they participated in this action, this aggression against the mother. The state didn't even have to make them no motherfucking promises, baby. It was so gross because when she was like, okay, I'll give you a little something. Yeah, y'all did a good job. Pat on the head. You feel me? And what they asked for was not even in the same solar system as what the goddess had promised them for allegiance. All she said was bend the knee and do what the fuck I say. That's all. Bend the knee. Serve under my feet. Everything you could possibly imagine, I can grant it in an instant. Here's the evidence. I ain't got to make no blind promises, bitch. You see what I'm doing in real time. Fighting y'all over here, changing the world through dance, baby. I'm dancing this bitch into existence. I want you to live a life of ecstasy. Your heart's deepest and truest desires fulfilled in an instant. I can do that. And you can see that I can do that because here's the evidence right here. State ain't have to promise a bitch shit. State ain't have to promise a bitch shit. And they went both feet first into the past with the state because she's trying to control the world. Their mind so hogtied in its fucked up allegiance to the state would ask for some math time with your baby, a goddamn espresso machine, and BET. That shit was vomitrocious. Vomitrocious. Some of us wouldn't even ask for that. Baby. And it's not lost on me that the one person who said, I want to be free. Like this other shit you talking about? Bitch, I want to be free. I'm walking the fuck up out of here. Was permanently punished for his call for freedom, baby. How dare you? How dare you create dissent among the clique? How dare you ask for freedom? Baby. Anyway, I'm done. That is the end. That's the end of the movie. That's the end of my take on it. That was long. That was long. I think it was good. I've gone back a couple of times and listened to the first two that I did. I need a committee. Anybody out here know how to break these videos down and grab sound bites out of them, a little, 10-second like blurbs or something? Because I feel like this was goddamn piece of art right here. If you have me tell it, this there was the execution of genius right here. You feel me? And I need more people to watch it because there are gems in it. The gems in it, man. And I'm just telling you, I'm brilliant. You have me telling I'm a genius. You feel me? But I also recognize that spirit speaks through me, just like she does you, just like she does every last one of you. You understand? And I have been afforded the opportunity, the kind of ease to be able to do these deep dives, but it's not going to do me any good if 5 people watch it and nobody is able to get fed off the shit. So share my shit. If you ate off of this at all, If you were fed by this at all, if you learned anything at all, then make a contribution to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. If you are interested in making a contribution, you can look in the YouTube description for this video. It'll tell you the different ways that you can donate, because I have not yet, my page is not yet monetized. I still need like a lot of subscribers. My watch hours are through the roof, but people are not subscribing. I subscribe to everybody's shit. They make a halfway decent video and I'm subscribing. I don't understand why people ain't subscribing to my shit, but I got an attitude about it. You understand? I still need, I think, more than 500 subscribers before I can monetize my page. That's problematic. I've been over here, I've been doing fucking dope ass videos for 3 years, deep dive videos. Like if y'all ain't watched the video series that I did on America's First Pluto Returns that lasted for 7 weeks, that workshop people paid for it. I'm giving y'all for free. Like, subscribe to my shit, share my shit, donate to my shit. You understand? People pay good money for that workshop. That was a 7-week workshop preparing people to be ready for the period that we're living in right now. And we will not transition we won't transition completely into until November 19th of 2024. Baby, we got a year to make this shit pop. And I'm giving you all the goods to teach you how to do that in this workshop. Because whatever transformation that we initiate, whatever seeds we plant in this period from February 20th, 2022 to November 19th, 2024, will set the stage for what the new world looks like. I'm telling you, this is age-changing period that we're in. This is new age trend-setting period that we're in. But you have to know what it is you're looking at instead of being subdued by all the negative narrative that exists and proliferates in the world today. That shit is done purposefully to get you off your square, to get you off task, to have you wishing for a motherfucking espresso machine or BET as opposed to demanding fucking freedom and envisioning your deepest heart's desires fulfilled in real time. This is the period that we in. This is why I do the shit that I do. The goddess is speaking through everyone. Everyone. Baby, everyone. You understand me? But can you see? Do you hear when she is speaking? Do you yield when she's present in your space? Or do you shrug it off as a coincidence or some simple synchronicity or whatever? She is at work on our asses right now. She's like, look, I got a world to create. And y'all are either going to comply, y'all are either going to willingly participate on the terms that I set, or y'all going to get left in the past. Y'all are going to be plagued by the bullshit that has plagued you your whole existence. But the future I'm promising is beautiful. The future I'm promising is defined by ecstasy, dance, joy, bliss, love, harmony, real love, not bullshit, real love. A love that wants to see you free. A love that wants to see you sovereign. If you don't want to see me sovereign, bitch, you don't love me. If you don't want to see me free, bitch, you don't love me. If you don't want to see me abundant, bitch, you do not love me. All this other bullshit out here trying to take up space in your head that it has no right to. Oh, well, what do women bring to the table? Boy, bye. Boy, bye. Oh, well, child, it's all bullshit. It has no space. It should take up no space in our heart. It should take up no space in our head. You should not be wasting no breath for it, to it. It is a distraction because she promises ecstasy. That's what she, do what the fuck I say, fall the fucking line, comply with my will, and I guarantee you, you will experience happiness unlike has ever existed. Just fall in line. Just trust me. Trust that I always have your best interests at heart. Why should you trust me? Because you see the evidence of it in your life every day if you care to look. Bitch, you can breathe. You have flesh. You understand? You have health. You can drink water. You can eat. You can still have sex and experience a glimpse of the ecstasy that I intend to promise. I'm showing you in the real world, in the material world every day, that all I have is your best interest at heart, and all you need do is comply. All you need to do is comply. What does it mean to comply in the worship of the mother, in the facilitating of the future that she guarantees? Happiness is a place to start. Deliberate, purposeful happiness. How does that happen? Recognizing every day what you have to be grateful for, what you have to be thankful for. Like my mother is out here doing her damn thing. You understand what I'm saying? My mother is out here changing shit. You feel me? Animals are evolving to protect themselves from the sickness of human. This is what she does. There's evidence. All we can do is point to all the things bad, all the this and the that and this. Baby, the bad does not outweigh the good. Still don't. Still don't. Still don't. We still protected from the sun. She gave us a glimpse during COVID of what the potential is if we just take a break, if we take a pause and be present in the moment and move out of her way and let her work her magic. We ain't got to save the earth. If she got her. She got her. All we have to do is comply with her will. Anyway, I hope this movie did that for you. In your actions and in your behavior and in what you say and at your mouth. Are you complying to the will of the mother? Are you recreating the ills of the past? In what you do, in what you say, in your relationships, in all the things that you do. Are you moving towards a future that is evidentiary? She is providing daily evidence of her abilities to exact happiness into your life as its norm. As the norm. You don't need to guess. You see the evidence of it. But the state has not provided you any evidence that it's interested in your future, that it's interested in your happiness, that it's interested in your joy or your ecstasy. In fact, it has provided all the evidence of the exact opposite. The guarantee of your enslavement, the guarantee of your poverty, the guarantee, the certainty of a life of despair and misery as the norm. How is it a hard decision to make? We got to make this shit simple, baby. We got to keep the shit plain. The name of the movie, for those who are tuning in late, is Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad by Marvel Comics. Suicide Squad. But we got to uncomplicate shit. The mother ain't trying to keep no secrets, no mysteries. She ain't trying to complicate shit, make your life no difficult. You understand? She's like, baby, I'm trying to make it easy. Y'all the ones keep making it hard because that shit you got in your brain is having you to always work against your own self-interest. Oh my God. Always move against your self-interest. For men who hate women, all this fucking toxic masculine bullshit happening all over the internet. Is what you are saying benefiting you? And if so, tell me how. How is it the condemnation of women, the chopping down of women? How is this working in your self-interest? Because even if you can grab up women who might be willing to comply to that bullshit, are you really made well? Are you really made powerful by the subjugation and the suffering of one who loves you? You can't be. You're sick. You're sick. You understand? And I'm not saying that as a condemnation. I'm saying that as evidence of the way the world is. You are sick in your believing of a narrative that has never produced joy, bliss, or ecstasy for you. Power is not bliss. Not the way y'all understand power. It's not bliss. It's not ecstasy. It's not something that makes you well. It makes you sick. You understand? And so I am just making the challenge, baby. In your daily actions, in your daily behaviors, in your daily relationships, how are you showing up? Are you showing up as one who, without any evidence, is just hog-tied to a narrative that always works against your self-interest? Or can you be as audacious in your belief in the mother who is, through the evidence of your existence on the planet, always demonstrating to you that all she has is your best interest at heart? All she cares about is that you are surrounded by beauty and magic and love and art and music and all the things that make life on earth worth living. Water and honey, bliss, ecstasy. That's all she is. That's how you worship the goddess, is in dance. Here she showed you in the movie, baby. This is how you change the future, bitch, in real time. You dance that motherfucker into the world. You dance the future into existence. You sing sing the future into existence. Anyway, that is all I got for you. I don't know what the next movie is I'm gonna do. I've been working on The Matrix for quite some time. Baby, I ain't even halfway. That's a mission. That's a mission. You understand? And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to set a date for it. I do not know when I am going to do the Matrix breakdown. So I might have to choose some like smaller movie. Like I might do Moana next because I really love Moana and I love the symbolism in Moana and I loved uncovering all the insidious, nasty, fucked up shit that also occurred in Moana. The nasty narratives in opposition to the mother is deep. So Moana might be the next one. If you have any suggestions for the next movie that I should do, you're welcome to send them to me. You're welcome to message me on my YouTube channel. You're welcome to email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. If you are watching from IG and you would like to make a contribution to this little process that I'm involved in, which is the building of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, just so you know, you can email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com or you can releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. If you want to make a contribution, email me and I will email you the information on how to make that contribution. You can inbox me on my IG, which is release.heart.center. And with that being said, happy Sunday. Enjoy your day. Light a candle. Make an offering. Go to the water. If you're near a body of water, go hug a tree if you are near a tree. And thank the mother for all the plenty that she continues to provide for free just to see us smile, just to see us happy. Hug your babies. You understand? Hug your mamas. You feel me? Like, live a day that is personified by gratitude and action. That being said, this is Cassandra Faye Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, and I will see you again next week.